The dam was started by 1960, and there were major problems appeared, especially by 1964, when they changed the current of the river. An Egyptian company called the Arab Inspectors offered a project to UNESCO based on cutting the temple into manageable blocks, marking them, and remove them into a new area where it would be simply reassembled. As the time was running, that was the only suitable idea could be used. They started in 1964, and the whole temple was reconstructed in 1968. So the temple is to be named as Abu Simbel. Word Abu is an Arabic word, and it means father. So when you say Abu, whoever, it's like the father of whoever. So Abu Simbel, the father of Simbel, is mostly believed to be a name of a tribe, one of the Nubian tribes that used to be living nearby. Here we have two temples, the one that you are facing right now, and there is another one which is on the other side. Why King Ramses would build his temple right here on this very remote area? And the reason here simply is the Egyptian gold is in here, in the Nubian land. So you would like always to make sure that this gold would be mined and then sent to the capital, not to anywhere else. And I can tell you frankly that this temple that you see right here is simply a storeroom where they can store the gold into it until they will send it to the capital itself. But there is a very clear message to whoever would think of taking this gold or attacking this temple. This is the guy you're going to deal with. That's why you see from the beginning that the entrance of the temple had been created by 4 gigantic statues of King Ramses. Each one of them is 75 feet high, and it's incarved from the natural rock. King Ramses is represented wearing all the royal signs, wearing the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt, wearing the beard, short skirt, putting his hand and separating it upon his knees. In between the two statues in the middle, there is incarved figure which is showing God Ra-Horakhti, represented in the form of a falcon with a solar disk. The first hole you get through is going to be created by 2 rows of pillars. The pillars had King Ramses' statues incarved. This statues of King Ramses is represented while the king is putting his hands upon his chest, which they call it always as an Osiris position. This hall would have beautiful decoration, and it have like some 5 side rooms. Those five side rooms are dedicated to 5 main gods of ancient Egypt. And meanwhile, you will find on the other scene a representation showing carrying the sacred bark and transporting it, while the king opposite to the priest giving some offering and burning some incense. Then afterwards, we get into the last chapel, and the chapel had 4 incarved statues. The statues are for God Ra-Horakhti, King Ramses, God Amun-Ra, and then for God Beta. The Egyptian engineers designed the temple to allow the rays of the sun to come from outside into the temple and enlight the face of King Ramses' statue inside the chapel on 195 feet into 2 times a year. We're talking about the 21st of Feb and the 21st of October. Why? Because that was his birthday and his coronation day. The whole noon on this area was the small temple, which is dedicated to Queen Nefertari, not Nefertiti. Titi is the wife of Akhenaten that we've seen here in the Egyptian Museum. Nefertari, Tari is the wife of King Ramses II or Ramses the Great. So she will be worshipped as a goddess in her temple. And the goddess she will be equated with is goddess Hathor, the cow goddess. When we go inside the temple, we'll find the hall, which is carried by 4 pillars, and the pillars had scenes representing the gods, the different gods and deities of ancient Egypt. If we take one of the pillars as an example, you're going to see that this pillar actually is decorated with 4 faces representing the cow goddess, goddess Hathor. Even it's well known as the Hathori pillar. Then you're going to see on one of the pillars a very beautiful representation for the queen herself holding a sistrum, which is to be used as a musical instrument. And her cartouche is written because only you have the cartouche when it's a queen. The gods don't put their names into cartouches. It's a queen or a king. Then you will find a coronation scene for King Ramses inside the walls of the temple, and we will get into the most beautiful scene. Maybe in the Egyptian civilization, when you will find King Ramses is offering flowers to his wife. No one would be giving offering by the king except the god. So this is the scenes which should prove clearly that the queen inside her temple is a goddess. So the king is giving the offering to her. Then you will find a coronation scene for Queen Nefertari, and finally into the main chapel there is a figure of the cow goddess, and it is actually represented as if she's coming out of the marshes of the delta, and here is the representation which is representing the heart. Okay.